Morning guys, Waseem, Curtis here. Curtis, say hello to him.
How you doing, guys?
So today we've hit 1,000 subscribers. What's the date today? So the date today,
The 12th.
it's the 12th, Monday. It's 8:15. We're on our way to our first job. We're a bit late because we were setting the camera up. So now we've hit 1,000 subscribers. I said to Curtis, if I ever did hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a day in the life. Like all these other plumbers out there are doing it day in the life. So I'm gonna do a day in the life. It's a bit different for me today because tomorrow is Ramadan. I'm gonna start fasting tomorrow. So a lot of my routine is gonna be changed up tomorrow and stuff like that. So I'm getting used to that. No food, no drink and stuff like that. So if you guys know what Ramadan is. But regardless of that, I've still got to go to work. So yeah, it's Monday today. The weather's nice. Couple jobs today. We've got, what have we got, Curtis? What did I say to you?
We've got a gas cert, boiler service.
Yeah, that's it. So we've got gas cert first, which has already been booked in. We've got a boiler service. It's a backseat which I'd fitted already before. So we'll go back there to the annual service. Then we've got some taps to do a bit of work on. I think we've got another plumbing job, and then we'll see what happens, guys. So yeah, so we're driving to the first job now. Basically, got it on Google Maps as you do. I don't use Waze or nothing like that. And yeah, so I'll give you a little background. Curtis will start off with himself. Give a little background, Curtis, of yourself.
Born in Coventry, born and raised.
Born and bred Cov.
How
old are you?
23.
23 years young. He's an apprentice.
He's
been doing
City
it.
College.
What, you've been working with me how long?
Year and a half, nearly 2 years.
Year and a half, 2 years now. What can you do now? What are you quite competent at?
I can solder.
Soldering.
I can hang radiators.
Hang rads.
I can put taps in.
What college are you at?
It's Coventry City College.
Cov City College. I went there as well, Cov City College. Quite a decent college, to be fair. Shout out to, what's his name?
Mick and Marvin.
Mick and Marvin. Shout out Mick and Marvin. Yeah, so that's Curtis's background. He's been working about 2 years now. Good worker, always on time. I've had a few apprentices before him, but they weren't on time, and that was their issue, yeah? So they got sacked off. Curtis has stood the test of time. Well, he's still here, so it's a good sign. Background to me, I'm 29 years old now, and I think I've been doing this since, I think I started at 21 or 20 years old. So I went down the university route. I was doing business studies and stuff like that. I got my diploma, my A-levels. Decided in the end, you know what, I don't want to go to university. I didn't want to sit at a desk all day. I thought, let's get into the trade. Well, initially, you guys ain't gonna like to hear this, but I was gonna be a sparky. I was gonna get into electrics because I was quite good with electrical things, you know, like little electrical toys and fixing things like that. You know the old chip boxes and stuff like that, the Sky boxes and stuff. I was good at things like that, so I was gonna get into that. Then my dad sat down with me and said, "Listen, mate, you ain't gonna be an electrician. Become corgi." You know, the old school guys, they call it corgi, don't they? So yeah, you're gonna go get corgi registered, pointed at the radiator and said, just work on them. I said, son, looked at the wage. I thought the wage doesn't pay you too bad. It looked all right. I checked the route out, what it was. I knew I had to start from level 1, for example, or level 2, and then work my way up. I knew it was gonna be a couple of years, but I was quite young then. I was only 21 years old, so decided to do it. And with the help, with the Asian families, we're quite fortunate in the fact that we don't have to pay for a lot. We're still living at home, and parents gave me full financial support. So it made no difference how much money I made. If I made no money in 4 or 5 years, it makes no difference. Still have food on the table, alhamdulillah. Still breathing. There was no issue. Bathing, hot water. I didn't have to make any money. You see, it was go out there, get yourself a good career behind you, and then look after yourself. So that's what I did. I went from level 1, so from a BTEC National Diploma, so from a level 3, so I went from what, level 3, yeah, level 3 BTEC National Diploma, 3 A levels. I worked for a year at places like Toys R Us and Warehouse and stuff like that. I realised, you know, that was the first time I've worked in my life. And then yeah, from there I went to level 1, because a lot of people are messaging me, asking me how to get onto this industry. And obviously most people are doing these fast track courses, which are quite useless, to be fair, guys. I don't think you guys should be doing it unless you're getting that proper experience, you know, unless you're getting a one-to-one with somebody for a good couple of years. This fast track courses is bullshit. It's useless. So anyway, I could have did that. I actually called a few of these fast track courses up. So I actually called a few of them up. They come to my house with a massive folder. I think they were asking for about $7,000 or something like that. I can't remember. About 2 or 3 different companies. I think one was Able Skills, maybe. One was Logic. I can't remember. But they came to my house, sat in the front room, showed me this big folder, promised me that they were going to help me and everything like that. But when I sat down and thought about it, I thought, they're not actually going to teach me anything. They just want me to pass this exam and write things down. So I thought to myself, what's the other route that I can go down? And I knew the other route was going to be longer, but I thought it just sounded better to me just to go college. So then level 1 college. If you guys know the Coventry area, I did it in the Hinckley College. So I did level 1 over there. When I was doing it, I still wasn't 100% sure I wanted to get into the plumbing. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the electrics or if I was going to do the ventilation, because I was thought about air conditioning and stuff like that. So I did a bit of introduction into, what's going on there? I don't think we've tied the things in, have we? In the back.
Something's fell out in the back.
Something's what's this guy doing? Maybe letting me go in. Yeah. So, what were you saying? Yeah, so basically done level 1 introduction. After the level 1 introduction, I realised I liked the plumbing side, the copper side and all that stuff. So then, I stuck with the copper, done level 1, done my level 2, done my MVQ, and then level 3. And then after that, guys, I became gas safe. But when I did my MVQ, with a guy who just done plumbing. So we literally done bathrooms, in and out bathrooms all day, every day. And then after that, he wasn't gas safe. So in order for me to get my gas safe qualification, I needed to find somebody who was gas safe. Again, that was quite hard to find. Find an apprenticeship is very difficult. All you guys will know. So yeah. And then after that, I found another guy. I done my level 3. No, I done my gas safe with him. The good thing with him was all he did was boiler repairs. Literally, all he did was boiler repairs, and so I learned the best of both. So I learned the plumbing from the guy who just done plumbing, and I did the gas from the guy who literally just done gas and boiler repairs and stuff like that. So that's my life story, guys. I hope I haven't bored you on that. That's a work life story, employment history, as you would say. And then started my own business. Because the guy who I worked for, the second guy, he never had that much work anyway. So I used to help him get work. I used to do a lot of advertising for him on Facebook, put ads out there for him. And then he started working for, I think it was British Gas or HomeServe or something like that. And I was left in the dark. And I thought, I've got my qualifications. I've gone gas safe now. I'm a plumber. I know what I'm doing. I'm half decent. Why don't I just start working for myself? So I started working for myself. And then there we have it, 9 years later or whatever, 8, 9 years later, here I am now. You see me on YouTube, you see what I'm capable of. I'm not the best plumber out there. I don't claim to be the best plumber out there. I've got loads and lots to learn, but I'm ready to learn and I'm eager to learn. So we've changed the job. It's just a tightness test instead of a gas cert. So we're just going to carry out tightness test just to do let by first for 1 minute, and then we do the tightness test, stabilisation and then tightness. So just check the general condition of all this, where you've got the lead coming in, so we can advise National Grid to change that. You've got your copper coming out, which is fine. It's not supported, but what can you do? And the bonding, any issues with this, lads? Yes, bonding should be, I think it's within 600 mil of this here, and it should be before the T. So it should be basically on this pipe here, opposed to here. Again, it's just not current standards. So so we're using the old school manometer. We had the cane one. This guy, what did you do to it, guys?
Left a bit of
flooded it, basically.
Detection spray.
Leak detection spray. So he was spraying the joints to see if any leaks. He had a little drop on a pipe. So he must be spraying this little nut here. the manometer was about here somewhere. Not on this job, it was here. It basically got flooded, so now I've got to send it back to Kane, see if they can fix it. But to be fair, sometimes I do prefer this cheap and cheerful £10 one, because the other one's too sensitive and it goes all over the place. Whereas this is quite solid, you know. What's that on? 20 millibar now, yeah. So we've done our let by, done the stabilisation, and I started on the tightness test. And it does look quite decent. Yeah, so the job's changed from a full gas cert. The guy literally just wanted a tightness test. That's it. So now we're purging the supply. So when you purge it, you can only do 2. So to purge the boiler, you literally just switch it back on, and you wait for this flame symbol. Yeah, you wait for the flame. Run a hot tap. You can hear that it's come on now. You can see flame symbol. So the boiler's now being purged. There's no issue with the boiler, yeah? And you can make sure by just making sure you get hot water. And that's it, that's done. Job done, let's see what fell down. What was it then?
The bag, boiler repair bag.
Dirty God.
The light, some taps.
Jeez. No, we've got the bungees in, so how the hell did that, there's a bungee not on?
Nah, I just put the bungees back on.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that job's done. Now we've got a boiler. Curse is doing what he does best. Carrying the tools. You got your mask, yeah? Whack it up. So these are the tools that I use when I'm servicing boilers. It's a wear set, don't know what it is, but it's quite decent. You've got this spanner, you've got all these little bits and stuff like that. Have a look at the pipework on the boiler, lads, yeah? Now remember, I didn't fit this boiler. Well, I did fit it, but it was a guy that I used to use as a subby, basically. He's fitted it, and look, it is terrible. But back then, I was a bit rushed for time, got a subby to do it. There's no issue with it, it works fine. But, you know, end of the day, the customer knows no difference. Because
current standards, mate.
They don't have a look at these things and how nice it looks. It's only just as engineers now, we're trying to make all the boilers look nice and stuff like that. Either way, if I'd made this look nice, I would have got paid the same as this, as what I've got paid here. It's just, in my opinion, a shit job, really. I wasn't happy with it then, but it was done. Like, even look at this here. He's got 15 mil coming up here. So he's got 22 there. He's gone up 15 mil, and then he's gone back up to 22 up there, which is stupid. But like I said, it works, it does the job, there's no issue with it. Customer wouldn't have paid us any more to do all this, so would you have done it? I would have probably chopped it probably here and around here, just to make it look a bit nicer. But it is what it is, let's service the boiler now. So that's boiler service, near enough done. Landlord gas safety, well, tightness thing done. What time is it? 9:15 at the minute, so we've been on road for about an hour. That's 2 jobs, near enough done. Time, the customer did not give a crap. So even if I'd ripped it all out and piped it all nice and neat, they would not have paid me a single penny more. So it is what it is. The boiler works. It doesn't look the greatest, but it works. And I got paid at the end of the day, so you guys can say what you want to say, but it is what it is. It's real life. I'm just trying to show you real life. I'm not trying to, you know, fake myself into this YouTube game and stuff like that. I'm showing you raw footage of stuff like that, so I hope you appreciate it. You know what I was thinking as well, Curtis? You remember? There's a guy, what's his name? PB Plumber. You probably know him, innit? You guys may know him. It's small fish in the sea, yeah? But you know that guy, yeah? He's got, I swear he said in there, buy me a cup of tea or something. What is it?
One,
Go
yeah.
fund me page. Or something like that, buy me a cup of tea. So I'm thinking, yo, lads, if you guys want to buy me a cup of tea or something as well, let me know in the comment section below. I'll make a little page. But you know what? That money won't go to me, lads, yeah? I'll donate it to charity. Because mans like me, PB, we don't need that cup of tea. There's people out there who need that food on their plates, and all these foreign countries and stuff like that. We don't need that cup of tea. So that was a bit random, wasn't it? But yeah, so if you want something like that, let me know. I might set a little page up. I think the other guy does it as well. What's his name? The big guy, the big bold guy. my name's Alan Hart. Yeah, my name's Alan Hart. He does it as well. He's got a front page, but I think his is for a good cause. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say anything bad because I don't want to take the piss. But I do believe it is for a good cause. So fair play to him. But yeah, I might set one up if I can get you guys to donate and stuff like that. Like I say, it won't go to me. It will go straight to charity. I don't need the money. Alhamdulillah, I'm all right. I'm living all right. I've got my food on the table, missus, kids. I'm a happy guy. Okay, so this rad is not working. I've got isolation valves here. Another one there. Let's turn this on. Let's see where it leaks from. So 1 ISO, 2 ISOs. They said it leaks. Okay, so you got your bleed. I think it's off. Let's see if I turn these on. So let's turn these on. Let's turn this one. Yeah, you can see the leak right there. It's just dripped from somewhere. Take this off, Curtis. Get a... Just tighten this up there. This nut. That will now stop that leak. This rad is now working. So the pipe is warm. The rad is not. Let's see if it needs to be. Never seen anything like this before. Let's check if it needs bleeding. No, that's full of water. If you look in here, which I couldn't see at the start, you can put a flathead in there. That probably lifts the valve off the seat. You've got a flathead. That will probably let a bit more water in. That's it, it's getting warmer now. So that's the flow. This is the return. This is the flow, because this is getting warmer. Really hot. So this is the return. So most likely it has been turned down. I think it had been turned down because it's leaking. So what I'll do, I'll turn it lower. See if I can stop the leak, and then well, that's made it worse. So we've decided upstairs that we're going to change the lock shield now upstairs because it's leaking, and now we're trying to find a drain off point. So we found one right here, but the issue is my bleed key doesn't catch on to this piece of crap. So what we're going to do is, actually let's have a look on another radiator. So this radiator doesn't have one. On the other side there's no drain off on there either. So what we could do, we could pierce one into these pipes here. You know, with the, you've got that drain off where you can screw in. Screw it in and you can leave it there basically. And that's probably the easiest way, I would say. Or you can turn off these two valves here, attach a hose into here and drain it from the top of this rad outside. So either one of them is what we're going to do. Okay, so what we've decided to do with customer's permission is to fit this drain cock here. So this is a self-cutting one. It will cut, we're going to cut it onto here. That will help us drain the system down. So I'll show you guys now how we're going to basically do it. So what you've got to do is make sure that this middle bit, this will pierce the pipe, this middle bit here. So wind it fully out, not fully, but just so it's not protruding here. And then you get, it's all about preparation, this one here, yeah? So you get this on, and do this here, whack that on there, and then so put it on in such a way that it makes your life easier, yeah? So I'm going to put it sideways, like this. That's draining. And there's water running out there. Nice and easy. Now we've done that, I'm going to bleed the rods. Start off in this one. It's starting to slow down. I think we should be able to crack it open now. So if you look here, lads, there's no drip or nothing. There's nothing on the floor whatsoever. Actually there is. There's a little drip, but look, it hasn't caused that much mess. And it's done the job. So now we've done that, we'll get Curtis to cut it out. Put compression tee on there with a drain off. I don't like to leave these things in. I do it as a temporary thing, if ever I need to. But yeah, I always cut it out. I put a compression tee there, and that sorted it. Let's put the tools back in so I can go upstairs. It's been fitted now, so I'm just going to open it a few times. 1, 2, 3. Just a little bit there. So that's all sorted. Let's close the bleed vents now in the property, and let's see if Curtis has replaced that drain off thing downstairs with a T. Where's my bleed key gone? Check my pockets. It's not in this pocket. It's not in this pocket. Where else is it? Got to be in this pocket, doesn't it? Where's that gone? That one's there when you've lost your bloody bleed key. Where the hell's it gone? I'm going to have to search the house for it now. Yep. And just so you know, the JW has been locked away behind there. And after all that, lads, I go to lift the mask up, and what do I find? The bleed key. It's always the way, isn't it? So I'm just going to go around now, close all the bleed vents and go down and see how he's getting on downstairs. So Curtis has now fitted the drain off here. So we took this one off, we reused that for another day, and we've fitted this one here now. So now we're going to basically fill the system back up. So I've closed all the bleed vents. We're going to fill the system back up and then vent all the rads. So we're going to fill up this system. So on these Worcesters, I have a video about it. The key's already in there. I literally just open up this knob. Blimey, it's tight. Fucking hell. Get some grips on it. There's no chance homeowner was opening that. So it's filling up, it's taking its time. So normally when it takes its time, I like to worry, because I like to think, why is it taking so long? So I've stopped it, I've checked around, there's no leaks, it's just taking a while. Sometimes with the Worcesters, you've got to give it a little bit of a helping hand, a little tap. So I'll vent the first rad until Curtis comes upstairs. So if you want, get yourself a little rag behind here, a little bit of tissue or something. Because if it gets splatters black crap all over, you know, white paper or these curtains, it's not a good look, is it? Oopsie. That's the black crap I was on about. I managed to catch it in time. It's alright. I don't mind taking a few little risks. Oh look, pressure's gone up to 2 bar as well. All this while I'm recording it. Let's turn it down. Stop it hitting the 3 bar. Let's whack the boiler back on. Heating's already been switched on from the start, so it should come on straight away. You can hear the air being released. We're going to go around again to vent the rads again, but just to make it heat up faster, so put it into service mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The boiler's now in service mode. This would just help put that on max. This will just help heat the radiators up faster, so I can get out of here and make some more money on the job. So now the rads are working, they're hot, but I always go around and I vent them again a second time until water comes out. Preferably not that much bloody water, but yeah, so just go around, vent all the rads again, just to get that extra little bit of air out of the system. Stops the sludge build up and stuff. Usually when I drain down systems, I put inhibitor back into the system, but the customer didn't want it done, so it is what it is. Customer don't want to do it, we don't do it. So all the rads are working now, so we can take it back off to service mode, leave it where the guy had it originally. Had it about 5, I think. That's all done. Let's have a look at the jobs now. So we've gone around, vented the rads, we've changed this here. You know, I could have soldered a thingy there, but the customer didn't mind putting a compression. I asked him, he said he didn't mind it. And as long as it's not a push fit, I don't think it looks too bad, to be fair. Especially in a bedroom and a system like this, it's probably going to get me to change it sooner or later. So let's go have a look downstairs now. But just as we're finishing, we realised this pipe on this side was leaking. Due to playing with that one over there, a little bit of movement has caused this one to leak. So it was leaking from this top spindle here. So I've tightened this top spindle up and it seems to be alright now. But that's something that you guys got to bear in mind. Even if you haven't touched it, it's now your liability after you've gone. So to check everything, make sure you check both sides of the valves to make sure they're alright. So now it looks like it's alright. It may have a little drip here. That I may need to tighten up, but we'll see. Okay, so that job's done now. It took about, what, it's 12 o'clock now. So we finished that job. Like I said, usually I'd have lunch by now. 2 o'clock I would have had my lunch. No, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. But yeah, we sorted that job out. Just to recap, we went in there, they said 2 rads weren't working. The first rad as you've seen, the one as you walked into the door, that literally just needed the lock shield opening up, and the little nut on the top of the lock shield just to be tightened up, because they leak after a while. So that's sorted. Then went upstairs, that rad had been turned off from the lock shield. It had that little screwdriver indent inside of it. I've opened it up and obviously started pissing out water. Tried sorting it out, because sometimes you can go open, close, and it sorts itself out, but it didn't. So we changed it. And then when we decided to change it, we realised there was nowhere to bleed the vent, nowhere to drain the rads down from. So drained it from, we installed that little drain off thing which I've showed you how to do now. Very easy to do, guys. And I never leave it in place. I always take it off and put a T in. But the issue with that was, we put the T in, and now the other side started leaking. The other lock shield side started leaking slightly. But luckily, again, it was just a little tightened it up, went round, balanced the system a little bit. I had to turn a few lock shields down, the one closest to the boilers, and then yeah, job's done. So that one's done now, and we're now on to our first, second, third, fourth job now. Yeah, fourth job, 12 o'clock, and now we're traveling to a place called Nuneaton. Let's not say nothing about
Nuneaton, mate. Nuneaton.
Let's not say nothing about Nuneatoners. So we're going to Nuneaton now, just the outskirts of Cov. It's probably like one of the furthest I kind of travel for these small type of jobs. I don't usually travel out of Coventry because I've got enough work here. But yeah, we're going to Nuneaton now. And in Nuneaton, we've been here before. I've done a few jobs with this woman. So in this one, we're relocating a garden tap. We're changing a, what is it, a tap? Basin tap, I think it is. And her toilet siphon as well. So we'll see which ones we can record. We'll see whatever we can record, and then we'll take it from there. This one here. So the water's already been turned off. I just turned it off a minute ago. There shouldn't be no water coming through here. Hot water. Still got water coming out because they've got the thingy, but it's fine because all we're working on is cold water. Yes, sir. Flush that completely. We're going to take this siphon out. So Curtis is going to get on with this, and then we're going to be changing taps. I don't think it was these taps.
No, it was downstairs, wasn't it?
No, it was these, I think. These ones here. And then these taps are going to get changed. Okay, so this siphon, if you have a look underneath here, that's the wing that we have to take off. That one's okay, but this one is fully rusted. So Curtis is going to try to use, let's see, this spray here. Go and crack it. See if you can get it undone. Whilst Curtis is upstairs, I'm going to relocate this garden tap and move it to outside basically. So I'm going to desolder that T and I'm going to turn the pipe around. So just pilot drilling my hole there, pushing the copper down, desoldered it, moved it around, soldering this joint in here. I'm going to change that PTFE as well. As you can see on the thing, it doesn't look that nice. So always change just to make it a neater finish. I don't usually fit garden taps like this, normally fit a rod, but the customer wanted to reuse the parts. When changing the tap here, I always clean the surface, use the box spanner to tighten it up, and make sure it's all working, test it all out. When working on toilets, I always use my wet vac, guys. So I'd advise you guys to go get yourself a wet vac from Screwfix. It saves yourself a lot of crap. So we're all sorted now. So that was the leak. The leak was from the fill valve because it had moved around. Like I said, normally I change it, but in this instance I never, because the customer was only paying for the siphon, not the fill valve. But we've sorted that out now. No leaks. The real reason they were changing it is because it kept on running. So the toilet kept on running, and they needed a new siphon. So now siphon changed, fill valve changed, no leak, no issue. That job's done. Finally. What time is it? It's about 3 o'clock, 10 past 3. So that job's done. Customer gave us a bit of mango juice here to have. Bang on. On to the next. So that job's been wrapped up and done. So it's about 3:23 now, and we've still got 2 jobs to go. So yeah, this job wasn't too bad. Garden tap outside. We've changed the garden tap. Obviously, there's a few things I would have done differently. But yeah, it's all sorted now. I don't think I recorded me patching it up. I patched up the hole and stuff like that. So made it good. So yeah, garden tap was done. Normally it's better to drill from outside in, so the hole is nice from outside, and then obviously the blowback bit is on the inside. Yeah, so the where it destroys the brick. But in this instance, I did it the other way around. I told the customer about it, they were alright with it anyway, so that's okay. The garden tap's done. And normally with the garden taps, I don't fit it like that. I normally fit a rod. So you put the rods in anyway, and then you just see the garden tap. Whereas this one, you can see the elbow on the outside. But again, I did this to save costs for the customer because they wanted the cheapest job possible. So I used their own wall plate and stuff like that outside. Yeah, so that's sorted. Upstairs taps were nice and easy because they were on the plastic push fits. That was nice and easy for Curtis to do. The washers were in good condition, so there was no worry with them. The toilet was a bit more difficult because it's one of them toilets that's quite hard to get round the back. Some of the toilets you can get to the wing nuts, you don't have to take the toilet out, you can just get to it and even angle grind it out. But this one, you had to take the toilet out. Anyway, you explained it to him, Curtis. What did you do with the toilet?
Yeah, I had to take the toilet out because the wing nuts weren't accessible. So took the toilet out, tipped it on its side, got the wing nuts out. I had to use an angle grinder on one of them, it was too rusty. Putting it back in, put it all back together, and realised we had a bit of a leak on the fill valve. The fill valve would move while we were sorting out the siphon.
Yeah, so one thing you've got to remember is when you're working on toilets or anything, whenever you touch anything, you've got to check everything else. So with toilets and siphons, normally we change, like I said, we change the fill valve every time we change the siphon. If the customer don't want to pay for it, and it is what it is, you can't do anything about it. Always get a customer to remove crap. So we're back with another episode of Who's Your Daddy? So, okay. So what we're doing is changing. Oh, let's put the light on. Let's get the light on. So there's the nut there, which is what I take off nice and easy, hot and cold. What the hell is that type of connection? You see that there, the black one? Anyway, our flexes will go straight onto the ISO, which is nice. We're not going to touch the ISOs. We never do touch the ISOs. If you know, you know. If you don't know, get to know. Or learn. Yeah, we're going to turn the stopcock off from there. And we're going to change the taps. It shouldn't be too hard, this job. So whilst we're doing that, Curtis has already, the magician, has already put the tap together. The tap's already been put together, nice and easy, makes his life easy. He's just going to make sure he knows which one hot and colds are on there. And then shouldn't be too hard of a job. We've already got a video on this on YouTube. It's the exact same tap, and it's probably named the same thing anyway. Every tap is a tap, it's the same type of tap. Then we're going to I'll open up the garden tap to relieve some pressure. Have you turned the water off, Curtis, yeah?
Yeah.
The water's flowing out here. Again, we always, whenever we change taps, we always pull out this Nevard tap kit. We don't always use it because most of the time they don't fit anyway. I don't understand why you would make this if you wouldn't make them longer. That makes no sense to me, Nevard. Sort that out, yeah?
But this is something we use a lot. This is like for under baths and stuff like that. It gets a good grip on that one, mate. Get a great grip on that. And then obviously they go onto these. If you want a video on it, guys, let me know. But I think there's loads of videos on this on YouTube as it is. So I don't want to do things that people have already done. This is the toolbox. This is Curtis's toolbox. So it was my toolbox. I bought it because there's a guy that you might know. His name's PB. Don't know what it stands for. I can only guess. Yeah, so I bought it, but I don't really like it, to be honest with you. Curtis likes it because he likes throwing crap in there. It does take a lot of stuff, but the only issue is it gets really heavy. That's why I don't like it. I prefer my open totes than these. So I basically gifted it to Curtis, the Apprentice, and this is his toolbox now. So personally, I wouldn't advise anybody to buy this. No hate to the guy. I'm not hating on the guy. Fair play to him for designing his own toolbox and stuff. But I think it gets too heavy, and I don't like the fact that you have to open this lid. I like open tote ones. I was looking at the other ones. I think they're called. I don't know what they're called. Velocity gear. No, this is Velocity. I don't know. There was other ones that were proper solid made. I was looking into them, but they're too expensive. To be fair, this was quite dear anyway. This was £150. Was it worth that? I don't think so.
That was on sale as well.
That was on sale.
True that.
True that. Exactly. I wouldn't buy it again, but Curtis is making use out of it. He likes it, so as long as he can make some money out of it, I'm happy with that. So back to the job now. Let's have a look what he's doing. Oh, he's took it off with his hand. Fair play to him, mate. This guy's good with his fingers, isn't he? Practice makes perfect, as they say.
That's what the ladies say.
This tap's still leaking. Got water coming out. You know that, guys?
Yeah, I ain't took the flexis off yet.
So he's got his plum tubs down there ready. So these are the plum tubs down there. He's got them ready just so it catches a bit of water. You got to save the water. And then these things, mate. Everybody needs to get a pair of these. If you don't know what they are, I don't know what they're called either, to be honest. Tap spanners or something like that. That's what they're called. Tool station again. You may get a little theme going on here. I do get a lot of things from Tool Station. So always remember to put this little bottom plate thing on the base. It makes a big difference, and it helps get the tap to sit where it should be. Put it back, please. That's it, I know that. Two-man job changing a sink. So now what he's going to do is put this little nut at the bottom of the tap. Put it back on and return. Stopcock off outside. Garden tap. Go on.
Quarter turn back, make sure it don't seize.
Yep, tell them that again.
Quarter turn back, make sure it don't seize.
So whenever you open the stopcock, open all the way, quarter turn back, just so it doesn't seize, yeah? Now Chris is going to dry all this, make sure he has no leaks. Doesn't look like he has any leaks anyway. Let's test it. Ooh.
Pressure.
So now the tap is secure, hot and cold is the right way around. We don't have any leaks. Curtis is cleaning up. under there as we speak. He's testing it all out to make sure that it's not leaking. The good thing is all we've got to do is check them 2 joints and that's it. But then you remember anything that, because we're the last people down here, we've got to check a few other things as well, because we could be called back for these things. So we didn't use this whatsoever. This was not used. We used these
Tap spanners and a bit of
most of the time. This is what we'll be using. But we always take these out, we put it in the same thing, close it up. So if you do need it, whenever we do any taps or anything, we just need to bring this out along with the toolbox. Dried it out, reset it, no leaks, we're good to go. So we've now done that job. Kitchen tap's been fitted. How many jobs have we done today? I think it's 5, 6, maybe 6 or 7 maybe. Job's done. We've got one more left. It's about 4:15 now, and we've decided to have our lunch. What I'm having is minced lamb with a bit of the bread. What are you having, Curtis?
They have a cheese salad.
Where's it from?
Audi.
Bit of cheese salad from Aldi. You can't beat salad from Aldi, mate. I tell you that. I've heard from the women.
Good stuff, man.
Good quality, good quality. So yeah, this is lunchtime now. Probably watch a bit of football on YouTube and stuff like that. The reason we're having lunch now, like I said, normally we'd have it earlier because I'm going to start fasting and stuff. I'm just getting my body used to the fact that I'm not going to have hot water and food for the whole day. You understand? So that's why I'm doing it. And also we're waiting for this customer, waiting outside until she makes payment. Because if she doesn't pay, Curtis is going back in there. Have you done it, yeah? Yeah, that's fine. Any issues, just give me a call. I'm just going to eat lunch and I will go. Is that okay? Thank you. So yeah, she's paid on time. If it was a minute later, mate, I'm telling you now, you would have regretted it. But yeah, all jokes aside, guys, payment is a massive thing. It's a massive issue, I'd say, in the industry. The way I work, I say to people, cash upon completion, or payment upon completion. It used to be cash. Now, because of the corona and stuff like that, COVID, nobody wants to touch stuff and stuff like that. So it's better for the tax man. But yeah, payment is a massive thing. I've had jobs where I've gone in, I've did the job, I've presumed that they're going to pay because it's normal. You think someone's going to do a job and you're going to pay them straight away. And they're like, oh no, I don't get paid for next week. Is that okay to hang on? Hold on, mate. I've just fitted you a tap, or I've just done something for you for like 50 or 60 quid. 65, 70 quid, 80 quid. What? I need to get paid. You know what I mean? But what can you say? Because you've got a reputation to keep up here. You don't want to be too aggressive. So you just got to say, okay, it is what it is. I've had there's only one person that I've had that's been a non-payer. She was a tenant at a property. She told me to come in and do a few jobs. She should pay me. And I didn't wait around to the end. I said, look, I've got other jobs to do. It was quite late. I said, I've got other jobs to just pay me or the bank. She hadn't paid me. I think it was about £150 or something. But again, is what it is. And I chased her up a little bit, and then eventually her phone line went dead, knocked on the door. She had moved out. I don't know if she had family issues or whatever, but I see it as giving it to charity. She was charity, I've given it to her. And yeah, so that's done. But yeah, other jobs, for example, I fitted a few boilers and stuff like that, and you would presume that, okay, I'm doing the job on the day, I need to get paid on the day. And then you've done the job, like a massive boiler job. It's a big thing, it takes me and Curtis to do a combi. Sometimes with a flush, it could take a day, maybe 2 days, a day and a half. So you've done the job, day and a half grafting. You've bought all the materials as well. You've not asked for a deposit or nothing. And the customer doesn't pay you at the end of it. And you're like, come on, mate, I've done the job and I need payment. Oh, well, I can pay you at the end of the week. And then what can you do? You've got your hands tied. So now I make it very clear to people when I give them a quote or anything like that, I'd say it straight away, you know, cash on completion, or I'd say it to them face to face just before doing a big job. So, okay, we should be done today. We need to get paid today, just before we finish. As we finish, you need to pay us. So yeah, just a little reminder to you guys: payment is important, and value your work. So much so that even agencies, some agencies I work for, estate agents, they wanted to pay me after 30 days. I said, don't work like that with me. If you want me to work for you, you need to pay me within 3 days. So I give them 3 days to pay me. If they don't pay me within 3 days, I'm on the phone ringing them, where's my money? Because I'm a small business, so it's just me and Curtis, and I can't afford to wait 30 days and stuff like that. I ain't got the patience for it, to be honest with you, waiting 30 days for a job I did. It makes no sense. I'm reliable, because if I have any issues, even if you've paid me, I'm not going to run off. You can find me, you know what I am. You can search, you can check where I live, you know what I mean? It's quite easy to find out. I've got a reputation to uphold, so I'm not going to run away, but I just need to be paid. Just you know, you just think it's normal, isn't it? You just get paid at a job. So yeah, estate agents, if you're looking at this video and you want me to work for you, I'm not working for you unless you pay me within 3 days, yeah? If it's in 30 days, get somebody else. I'm not bothered if I lose business either. I know I do a good job, try to do as best as I can, and I've got enough business as it is. So yeah, that's what I do, mate. If you guys work as a 30-day thing, 60-day thing, fair play to you. But I don't do that. I never will. Well, never will, I don't know. It depends who it is and stuff like that. But yeah, that's done. We're just going to eat now, and then I'll keep you updated on our next job. Got one more job to go to, and I'll keep you updated. Just going to watch a bit of a YouTube vid. Man U were playing, who was it? Tottenham. I believe they beat Tottenham United. So if you don't like United, I don't care either. If you support Liverpool, whatever, it makes no difference to me. But yeah, I'm going to watch that game now. Could I get 2 large lattes, please?
Try anything else?
No, that's it, thanks.
No?
So this is another thing me and Curtis do.
Can't be a McDonald's latte.
Is your thingy connected?
Yeah.
Can't beat a what?
McDonald's latte.
Can't beat a McDonald's latte.
Large.
Hell yeah. You know, Cov Plumbing used to have, you guys from Cov, yeah? You know who had the best lattes in town. It was Cov Plumbing. Yeah, it was free. And, you know, you can't get better than free. But even though it was free, it was the best. Hey, what are you saying?
The best of the
It was
best.
the best
You
of the best.
You can't mess with Cobb Plumbing's latte, but
Can't mess with fucking Cov Plumbing.
I don't think that's coming back.
So what I'm gonna try to give them these tokens, yeah? So these are for medium lattes. So you're gonna see if we can get 2 large lattes with these, yeah? Sometimes me and Curtis try these little shenanigans here and there. And we see if we can get away with it. We'll see if we can get away with it this time. Sometimes they clock it. But sometimes when they clock it, they clocked it too late. And by that time, I'm already on window number 3. And I'm alright.
The largest way. It looks like a...
It's just alright, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so we got our locals in McDonald's. We know certain people and that. We'll see what they say, innit? See if this girl's gonna give these cards back. I'll ask her, innit? I'll say, yo, send me the cards back. Just a bit of fun, brighten up the day. Normally, obviously, we don't have lattes this late, because if I do, I'll go home. Can't have the rotis with the missus, the chapatis and that. And then you're too full. She's like, look, I've been cooking all day, and you can't even eat. You know what I mean? So tactically, I don't normally have it this time, but seeing as it is what it is. Thank you. That's what you gotta do, mate, to get free lattes. I'm married, by the way, so it's not like that. It's just for free lattes. But she gave it back, actually. Look, watch. There's my 2 cards. Yeah, please. Yeah, could we get 8, please?
Keep us
8
sweet.
sugars, cheap or sweet. 4 for Curtis, 4 for me. This is bloody useless. Thank you. Could I get one more stirrer, please? Here. Thank you. That's it. We're ready to rock and roll. So again, I know this was free, so this was on the house, yeah? But you can't beat a cold plumbing latte, let me tell you that. So now you put both together and they're both for free, you still can't beat the cold plumbing latte. Even when I do add 4 sugars. You understand what I mean?
You got that stirrer.
What do you think? Ford Cougar, I told you, Tiguan, isn't it?
Tiguan, yeah.
Tiguan.
It's gotta be the Tiguan.
What do you reckon, guys? I don't know what to get as the next car, yeah? At the minute, I've got a 1 Series coupe. And I'm thinking of getting a different whip. Just more of a family car so I can get the dog in the back. I'm thinking of getting a Tiguan. You guys got any Tiguans? Let me know what you think of it. I just want a 4x4 thing. I was thinking of a Cougar, but they're cheaper. But the thing is, if I was to get a Tiguan, then I want to get the R-Line. And I want to get the top spec. And then obviously that comes up, adds value to it. And I think, is it worth it? And then I think on the opposite side, should I just get a GTI or something? Something a bit more, with a bit more oomph to it, you know? So yeah, that's another one of the daily dilemmas I have. But yeah, so we're on the way now to another job. This job is an electric cylinder. You know, one of them electric storage cylinders for hot water. And they're saying it's not working. So I presume it's just something to do with that timer. So we're gonna go there, see what happens. This should be last job of the day. So it's 4:45 now. Lattes are.
Oh, temperature check.
Jobs are good.
A bit hot.
A bit warm.
A bit hot.
So we're on to hopefully the last job of the day. Latte makes the life a lot easier. Look, check the top of the van. Filthy, mate. See the guy, you can't see it, can you? So I've come here, the timer was switched off. Literally, that was the only issue. Turn the timer on, put the boost on to prove that we're getting power. So the way these work is, you get this sends power to one of these emotions. Yeah. So the one at the bottom is preset, it's pre-confined by here. But if you put the boost on, then you should get power to this one. And what I usually do is just put my fluke around it. Yep, we're getting power. So the boost is on, we're getting power. So yeah, this works now. It was literally just switched off, nice and easy. So yeah, that job's nice and easy. It's all done. We're done for the day. Now we've got to get back, empty out the van because we've got a bit of scrap in there, sort it out for tomorrow's busy day. So this was one video. Like I said, it was just random because I've hit 1,000 subscribers. I said to Curtis, I'm gonna do it. So we've gone and done it now. Day in the life. This is one day. So imagine we do this 5 times a day. Unless obviously we have the bigger jobs like the combi installs or the installation videos. They normally are not like this because you're just normally on one job. But yeah, usually I'm floating around like this 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jobs. And yeah, I enjoy it, to be fair.